All right, what is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a tiny little 3-game slate, but I do have 3 best bets. So we have 1 best bet from each game. Let's talk about it a little bit. Today is the trade deadline. It's going to be a wild day. I think we're going to see several teams going all in here to make a push for the playoffs. We did see a lot of moves yesterday, but we haven't seen teams like the Yankees and the Dodgers really make a splash yet. So I think that's coming today. We did finally see Eugenio Suarez end up back with the Mariners. So a place he's fairly comfortable, spent 2 seasons there, but we still got a lot of names on the board. We got Mitch Keller, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, Stephen Kwan, Shane Bieber. The list goes on. A lot of players that can be traded. Ozuna. I mean, this could end up being a wild day, but let's get into the picks. We went 2-2 yesterday. We had Paddock under 4.5 Ks. He finished at 5, hooked us there. We had Freddie Peralta under Ks. That was pretty sweat-free. We had the Rangers on the money line, one of my favorite plays of the day that came through for us. And we had the Dodgers first 5, -0.5 a run. A little unlucky. Shohei ended up getting cramps. Just didn't look good out there. So ended up being 2-2. They tied, so that means we lost. So 2-2 day. Just a weird slate yesterday. Hated that slate. But let's talk about these games today. Dig into it. Kicking us off at 1:05 p.m. Little day game. It's going to be the Rays and the Yankees. Ryan Pepio going up against Marcus Stroman. So, do we trust Marcus Stroman? No, not really. But the Yankees have won 2 in a row. Rays have obviously lost 2 in a row. Rays are 2-8 in their last 10. They are 23-27 on the road. Yankees are 33-22 at home. Now, as for Stroman, he is 2-2 on the season. He's got 34 innings under his belt, 23 Ks. Just not a guy that's going to strike out a ton of people. He's got a 6 ERA that does jump to 7.11 in 5 home games. In terms of Stroman splits here over the last 30 days, giving up a 314 average to lefties, 241 to righties, 49% hard hit percentage. It's just not good. 333 runners in scoring position. Ryan Pepio on the other side, 6-8 on the season, but he's got a 3.42 ERA, pretty respectable. Drops just slightly to 3.35 in 9 away games. In terms of his splits to lefties and righties over the last 30 days, 200 average to lefties, 206 to righties, 43% hard hit percentage, so a little high, but sub 200 with runners in scoring position. I like runs in this game. If we look at Pepio, he did face this Yankees team in early May at Yankee Stadium. He went into the 5th inning, 5 hits, 2 earned runs. If we look at the Yankees overall in day games at home this season, they're 12-8, 14-6 to the Yerfie, so that could be an option. If we look at Pepio, he is 1-2 before 2 p.m. since last season. He's 0-3 to the over-under. However, Stroman is 3-0 to the over-under with a 2-1 record. So the best bet I have in this game is both teams to score 3 runs. I think we see some runs in this game. I think the Yankees should be able to get to Pepio just a little bit, and I think the Rays should be able to get to Stroman and this depleted Yankees bullpen. So we'll look at that a little bit. We've had Devin Williams go 3 of the last 4. We've had Weaver go 3 of the last 4. You've had guys like Hill go 3 of the last 4. So it's just, I hate where their bullpen's at right now. So unlikely we would see Williams and Weaver. Now, this is a big divisional game, and the Yankees go to Miami to play the Marlins. The Rays travel to LA to play the Dodgers. So we do have some interleague matchups coming up for both of them. If we look at Tampa Bay's bullpen, in a much better position here, but still a little depleted. You had Uceta, who's gone 2 of the past 3 days. You've got Baker, who's gone 3 of the past 5. So it's arms they're going to see. They're going to be familiar faces. It's not going to be people that they don't recognize. So I do like runs to be scored in the back half of this game as well. In terms of the weather, we do have a really good chance for rain. It's going to be 83 degrees. Wind is going to be slightly blowing in, but 76% chance of rain. So rain, equals runs. You've heard me say it a million times. In terms of the pitch splits here, hate Stroman's pitch splits. He throws a fastball 43% of the time. Rays are second over the last 30 days hitting that against righties. He throws a slider 27% of the time. Rays are fourth there. Throws a changeup about 10% of the time. Rays are sixth there. So I hate the splits here. for Stroman. In terms of a money line, I would go Rays, but oof, man, they have not looked good lately. So I like them to score runs, but don't want to take them to win the game. All right, next game is going to be the Braves and the Reds. This is an interesting series. So essentially, they're going to play today and tomorrow in Cincinnati, and then they will travel to Bristol Speedway to play the Speedway Classic. Looks super cool. I'm excited to watch that. But today we get Carlos Carrasco going up against Andrew Abbott. I mean, the Braves are sellers. At this point, it's just not, it ain't happening for the Braves. They're sitting fourth in the division. We saw they went out and picked up pitchers like Carrasco and Fetty. That kind of tells you where they are. I wouldn't be shocked if we see like an Ozuna get moved or somebody like that. I mean, they're in somewhat of sell mode, but they're still keeping their core intact. I just don't think Ozuna is one of those guys. Andrew Abbott's been stellar this season. 8-1, 2.09 ERA that drops to 1.93. It's just, how do you not take the Reds here? But the price is exorbitant. So we're going to go with a little bit of an alt line. But, Abbott struggled with lefties a little bit over the last 30 days, giving up a 313 average, but Atlanta's going to have 7 righties in the lineup. So there's going to be 2 lefties. Reds are going to have 5 righties, 4 lefties, should be projected today. They did go out and pick up Brian Hayes. I don't love that pickup. It shores up defensively at third for them, which has been a bit of an issue, right? You had Carnassian Strand and Marte, some of those guys playing third, which defensively neither are stellar. So it does throw them up defensively, but offensively, Brian Hayes isn't great. Interesting trade. They went out and got Zach Littell yesterday after he just threw a really good game against the Yankees. But another one that is interesting, I assume that means Nick Martinez is probably going to the bullpen. When we look at that starting rotation, it should be Hunter Green, Lodolo, Abbott, Singer, and then Littell. So kind of an interesting move there. It just does save the Reds are trying to get that wild card spot, which they're, I believe, 2 games back of the wild card. But Cookie Carrasco here, he's not that guy. He's got a 9.26 ERA on the season and 3 away starts. Hasn't pitched in the majors in a little bit. Just not a dude I'm going to trust. I mean, his pitch modeling is terrible. Reds are pummeling righty fastballs. This guy, on a scale of 1 to 100, 100 being average, his fastball models out at a 69. Not good. Sinker an 88, slider 85, curveball 80, changeup 92. So, but he doesn't throw his changeup enough to be effective. He's pretty much a fastball slider pitcher. So I like the Reds in this spot. We got an over-under of 9.5. I lean towards the under. It's one I almost put on the card. I don't think the Braves are able to do much. And frankly, similar to the D-backs, I don't think they care. They're going to be in sell mode. So we're going to go Reds race to 3 as our official best bet. I also have Reds race to 4, and I do have the under 9.5 as 3 bets in that game. But the official play is going to be Reds race to 3. Just don't like this hefty price you got to pay for them. And our last game is going to be the Rangers and the Mariners. Should be a decent matchup. Kumar Rocker and George Kirby. But frankly, this is one Kirby has dominated Texas. And when I say dominated, I mean to the nth degree. Kirby is 5-0 at home versus Texas. He has given up 1 earned run in 37 innings pitched against Texas. So he has just absolutely dominated them. If we look at this season, the Mariners versus the Rangers at home, they've dominated them. They're 3-0. They're winning by an average of 3.7 runs a game. And if we go back to 2023, Seattle is 13-4 against Texas at home. So they have just absolutely dominated them. Kumar Rocker going up against George Kirby. So Kumar Rocker, just not someone I trust, man. This guy's got almost a 10 ERA on the road. He just continues to serve it up. I'm liking this Mariners lineup with Suarez, these new additions they put in, Suarez, Naylor, guys like that. So I think they're looking pretty stout. You factor that in with Rodriguez and Raleigh, it's a pretty beast lineup. So give me the Mariners -1 as our last play. Just don't want to take Kumar Rocker. Just not a guy I can trust. And like I said, George Kirby hasn't looked fantastic this season, but some teams you just get up for. And if we look at his numbers, he's just been fantastic. We just got to hope the Mariners hit. Over the last 2 weeks, the Mariners, They haven't been getting it done with the sticks, hitting 167 over the past week, 201 over the past 2 weeks against righties. Those are both dead last in the MLB, not hitting with runners in scoring position. And on the other side, we've got a Rangers team that's hitting 255 over the past week and 238 over the past 2 weeks against righties, and they've been extremely efficient with runners in scoring position. So there is some angles where you can take Texas in this spot, but just looking at the historical data, it says back Kirby, back these Mariners, and let's see what happens here. So those are the plays. Let's get into our best bets here. Just 3 today. Like I said, we're going to take the Reds race to 3 minus 130 on DraftKings. Also, I have the race to 4 for minus 115 as well. Personally, New York Yankees, Tampa Bay Rays, both teams to score 3. It's a little scary because it's a day game. There's not going to be any pregame BP, but I do think both of these pitchers are gettable today. So, and then our last play is going to be the Mariners, minus 1 at minus 114. I don't know why the team says Cincy for everybody. That's a mistake on my end. Yeah, those are the plays, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, short little video. We got a full 15 game slate on tap tomorrow in the MLB, and we'll talk tomorrow.